All right, ready to dive in. Today we're cracking open I'm Rich Beyond My Wildest Dreams by Thomas and Penelope Pauley.
Oh, this one is interesting.
It claims to hold the secrets to, well, a life overflowing with wealth and happiness.
Not the usual work till you drop kind of advice,
Ah,
though, right?
right. More like think universal laws, but mixed with spiritual principles. We're going to unpack if manifesting your desires, is really possible.
It starts off kind of strong, you know,
Yeah.
with a story about the author, Thomas, and
The Hawks.
the Hawks. Almost like it's setting the stage for this whole prosperity thing.
He's at the beach, just chilling, and out of nowhere, not one, but two hawks swoop
And
down.
they're laying right next to him.
Talk about dramatic. It makes you wonder.
It leads right into this idea of accepting your good,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay, so being open to receiving good things.
Yeah, but the authors, they suggest a lot of us, even if we're like praying for help or working hard, we hesitate when good things actually show up.
Oh, like we self-sabotage.
It's almost like we don't believe we deserve it or we're scared it'll vanish.
Mm.
Even little things, like a friend wants to buy you lunch.
And you're like, no, I got it.
Exactly. The book's saying that's like refusing a gift from something bigger.
The higher power.
Yeah. And it messes with the flow of good, not just for you, but for the giver too.
I've totally been there. Someone offers help and I'm all, nope, I got this. When inside I'm panicking.
But there's another layer to this good, where it comes from.
Okay, this is where it gets interesting. Hit me.
The Pollies, they're saying the real source isn't just our efforts, you know? It's like God or the universe, something way bigger.
So it's not just how much we hustle.
They even say we can't achieve in a lifetime what the universe can give instantly.
Okay, I need an example.
They tell this story. The author's family wins a whole side of beef
Wait, what?
from a raffle ticket. His sister-in-law got it at a county fair.
That's wild. Makes you think about coincidences, right?
Totally. So if this force is so powerful,
Do our own thoughts matter more than we think?
another huge principle, the power of thought. The book's all about how our thoughts, even the subconscious ones, shape our reality.
We talk about this a lot on the show, yeah.
But Thomas, he shares this story from when he sold advertising.
Hmm.
Whenever he got this strong urge to call someone, even a tough prospect,
They'd pick up.
he'd connect directly, like he tapped into something.
I've had that with a gut feeling, and it turns out right, but shaping the outside world, that's a lot.
It goes beyond just you, though. The book says our subconscious minds, they're all linked.
Like, to a bigger network. Whoa.
So it's not just your thoughts, it's this collective energy we're all part of.
So what impact others, they impact me, my head's spinning.
Which brings us to negativity.
Hmm?
The Pollies are very clear. Negative thoughts don't just hurt you,
You spread
like ripples. There's even this story, this woman had health problems.
because of negative thoughts.
She was holding on to anger towards her ex-husband. When she forgave him, her health changed.
Wow, okay, point taken. But if we're talking abundance, it's not just thinking positive and money appears.
Right. That leads to a surprising thing the book says. Never ask for money directly.
Hold on, I thought this was about getting our ICH.
It is, but they make this distinction. Don't focus on money itself. It limits you.
What? So what do we ask for?
The power to attract what you want.
I'm listening. Why is asking for money bad?
The universe might answer you, but not how you expect. There's no universal currency, you know.
Okay, like, I don't want a truckload of shredded cash showing up.
Exactly. The power to attract is more useful.
There's that story the author tries to refinance his car.
Oh, the Jetta. Yes.
What happened?
He goes to his credit union, gets rejected,
Ouch!
and he's frustrated. But later he realizes focusing on the lack of money totally backfired.
That's more of the same.
But here's the twist. He calls the credit union president to complain. And when asked what he wants, he blurts out, a loan on a new Mercedes.
No way.
And he gets approved.
So, he didn't have the money, but by focusing on that power to attract, boom, Mercedes.
The book's point is, this power is there for all of us, aligning your thoughts, your beliefs with abundance.
I like it. Now, this law of multiplication.
Yes.
There's a diagram, right? I need visuals.
Think of it like this. A line flowing outward, that's your energy going out. Now, multiple lines flowing back to you, magnified.
So what I send out comes back multiplied. Cool visual.
Works both ways, though. Positive and negative. Negativity hurts the sender most.
Noted. Okay, shifting gears a bit. The book talks about a 79-cent notebook.
Oh, yeah. This is where it gets practical.
Writing down your desires, right? Tell me more.
Just that, you get a simple notebook, list out what you want. Sounds basic, but it clarifies your intentions.
I love it. It's just a regular notebook. What do I write
It's
exactly?
anything. Dream car, house, perfect relationship. even comfy couch. Be specific, though, like you already have it.
So not, I want a car, but I'm driving my silver convertible with red leather seats.
Exactly. They call it detailing your wealth. Car, make, model, color, how it feels to drive it. Even stuff like insurance, warranty. They give examples. Car, house, even a couch. Bring it to life.
Grabbing my notebook now. But once it's written, do I just wait?
Not quite. There's detachment.
Wait, if I want something, shouldn't I focus on it?
Imagine chasing a 2-year-old who keeps running. The more you chase, further they go. Turn away, they come back.
Ooh, I see.
Same with desires. Cling too tight, they slip away. Surrender. Trust the process. Things work out.
I've noticed that. Things I stop obsessing over happen.
Trust is huge here. Once you're clear, relax, let the universe do its thing.
Like that accepting good idea again.
Right. You have to trust the universe wants to give you what you desire.
It's an act of faith, this detachment thing.
Exactly. Faith in the abundance of the universe.
So we've written it, detailed it, detaching. What's next on this abundance journey?
The book then gets into defining your relationships.
Not just romantic ones, right?
All of them. Friendships,
Oh.
business partners, even your boss.
Like we're creating a vision for the people we want around us.
Exactly. Qualities you desire in each one. Be specific. They give examples, marriage, friends, but you can only define your side.
Right. Can't control how someone else acts, but I can choose who's in my life.
And they even caution, don't try to control other people's lives, even with good intentions. Like parents pushing a career when the kid wants to be in a band.
Letting them live their own reality.
Yeah. So by defining what you want, some people might drift away, others might come in that fit better.
That's deep. Okay. Desires defined, relationships too, good vibes flowing. Now what?
Now we get to the good stuff. Rule number 10, top secret.
Ooh, secret. Gotta hear this. What's it all about?
Keep your desires to yourself.
What? Why?
Not to be sneaky, but to protect your dreams from negativity.
Wait, other people's thoughts can sabotage me? That's scary.
Even if they say they support you, their subconscious doubts, fears, it creates resistance.
Ugh, I felt that. Share a goal, suddenly I'm doubting myself because of their reaction.
There's this story, couple plans a trip to Hong Kong,
Okay.
tell their friends, everyone's supportive, but then they get this uneasy feeling, cancel the trip. Turns out, one friend had subconscious bad vibes about Southeast Asia. The other secretly wished they were going to Egypt.
Whoa. Makes you think twice about who you tell.
Right. It's not about cutting people out, but being mindful of your energy. Keep it to yourself, or only share with those who really support you.
Makes sense. So, intentions set, relationships defined, guarded my energy. Next step.
The book then gets into abundance consciousness.
Abundance consciousness. What's that?
It's about changing your mindset from, I lack this, to there's plenty.
Like seeing the glass half full.
Exactly. They even share this story about the author as a teenager, obsessed with driving a truck. An 18-wheeler, even though he was underage. He kept at it, and the universe provided, even though it was tough.
Okay, so more than just a summer job here. What's the lesson?
Persistence. And how the universe opens doors, even when it seems impossible. Setbacks happen, but he learned valuable skills.
Like, even our struggles serve a purpose.
Right? What about you? What were you passionate about back then? Shape you today.
Funny you ask. I was always fascinated by words, how they can inform, inspire, connect people.
I see that.
That passion led me to writing, communication, and, well, us having this conversation right now.
I love that. The book also talks about divine timing, right?
Heard that phrase, but not sure I fully get it.
It means the universe has its own schedule. Not always instant, but trusting things happen at the right time.
So even when it feels like forever, trust the process.
There's a story, the author needs a new office chair, his back's killing him, but he's not ready to spend the money, and then realizes he hadn't even written new chair on his list of desires.
Right.
Once he did, boom, this series of events leads him to the perfect chair, and he gets to try it for free for 2 months.
That's amazing. Like the universe was saying, hold on, I got you.
Exactly.
So abundance consciousness, divine timing, trust. What else is big for manifesting?
Now get to the core. Tithing?
Tithing. I've heard of it, but honestly not sure what it means.
It's giving 10% of your income back, like to God or the universe. As thanks, recognizing good comes from a higher source.
A spiritual investment. But 10% seems like a lot, especially if you're not financially stable yet.
The book knows this is tough for some, but they believe it's key to attracting wealth. There's a whole chapter on a success covenant with tithing as a main principle.
So even when money's tight, giving back 10% creates more abundance.
That's what they say. And they share stories about the author's experiences, unexpected help, feeling protected, seeing the universe provide when he honored this.
So it's more than the money. It's aligning with the spiritual law.
Exactly. And it's done before any other expenses.
Okay, I see how it fits in. Shifting from scarcity to abundance, the more you give, the more you receive. Now, the book also mentions giving freely, right? Is that separate?
Yes, tithing is that 10% to a spiritual source. Giving freely is spontaneous generosity towards anyone.
So it can be money, but also just being kind.
Helping out, sharing your time, your skills, it all counts.
Expanding what giving means.
There's this heartwarming story. The author helps this guy at the post office who's short on postage. Small thing, but it made a difference.
I love those small acts of kindness. I have a story too. I was supporting this local Shakespeare festival even when I was broke myself. And it always felt like I got the best seats or got to share those experiences with friends. Like the kindness was rippling out.
That's it. The book highlights this rule from Marilyn, a mentor figure. She says, treat everyone you meet as a potential angel sent to test you.
I love that. Everyday life becomes a chance for generosity. So we got tithing, giving freely. What else is essential?
The book is also big on having fun.
Now you're talking. Life shouldn't be all work. How does fun fit in with abundance?
They argue joy, happiness, they're crucial for attracting good things. When we're stressed, worried, negative, it blocks abundance. But fun, it makes us more receptive.
I've noticed when I'm feeling good, things flow easier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they even say, don't believe you have to suffer to earn success. The universe wants us to enjoy.
I'll take that message. There's that story, the author quits his job to pursue screenwriting.
Oh, yes.
I'm guessing there's a bigger lesson there.
It's about following your passions, even when it's uncertain. His screenwriting didn't take off as planned, but it opened up new doors, new experiences.
Take risks, embrace the unknown. What about you? Anything you're putting off that brings you joy?
That's a good question. We often prioritize responsibility over our own joy.
So accepting good, power thought, tithing, giving freely, having FUN. What else?
Next is a bit of a paradox.
Faking it.
Faking it, yeah.
Shouldn't we be authentic?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
But we all have those moments, right? Self-doubt. Not good enough, not worthy.
Oh, the imposter syndrome.
They say it's normal, but don't let it stop you. Fake it till you make it.
So act as if I already have the confidence. Interesting.
Our thoughts create our reality. They use this analogy, a rock stuck in mud versus rolling down a hill. Stuck rock goes nowhere. Rolling rock gains momentum, can be steered.
So take action even if I'm not 100% ready.
Often action comes before confidence.
Ready to roll. But life's not always smooth. What about challenges? How does the book handle those?
Well, they introduce these two concepts, chemicalization and Mr. Negative.
Sounds intense. What's chemicalization?
It's like alchemy. Sometimes things got to fall apart to be rebuilt better. Lit into gold.
Chaos equals growth?
Embrace change. Trust it's leading you somewhere better.
Okay, gonna try reframing things. But who's Mr. Negative?
All the fear, doubt, negative thoughts. That voice saying you'll never make it. What if you fail?
The ultimate dream killer. How do we deal with him?
They give advice. Stay calm. Trust the process. Don't give up. There's a story. The author's business expands. Then setbacks hit.
Happens to the best of us.
He's tempted to quit, but perseveres. And those challenges led to even bigger success.
Setbacks are normal. How we respond is key. Now, the book mentions a help button. What's that about?
It's a metaphor for reaching out to a higher power for support.
So when things get tough, ask for divine intervention.
Exactly. Write a letter to God, the universe, express gratitude, outline your challenges, surrender control.
Admitting we don't have to figure it all out
You
ourselves.
got it.
So we've talked faking it, dealing with challenges. What about the internet? What's their take on that?
They're actually optimistic about it. Connecting people, cooperation, creating a more abundant world. They even give examples. A carpet cleaner making money, trading currency online, a woman finding love and remarrying through an online chat room.
It's crazy how the internet has changed everything since they wrote this book. It's definitely changed my world.
Speaking of changing the world, they also talk about claiming your wealth.
Claiming. What does that mean?
It's like declaring ownership of what you want. An act of faith, confidence in the universe.
Okay.
They tell this story about Marilyn, the mentor. She claims this big rose quartz crystal.
Oh, I think I remember this one.
She couldn't afford it then, but said it was hers. Asked the universe to make it happen. Later, she gets it as a gift.
Like she willed it into being. Our minds are powerful.
And there's the story of the author claiming a rare citron smoky quartz. He sees it, knows he wants it, and the shop owner, without being asked, offers a lower price. A&D puts it on layaway with no money down.
Whoa, the universe making it happen. So claiming's not just wishing, it's stepping into that ownership energy.
Yes, they say claim your dream home, relationships, anything, but they also warn about foolish spending.
Uh-oh, sounds like trouble. What do they mean?
They give 3 ways we lose wealth:
Mm-hmm.
failing to tithe, playing God, and hoarding.
Okay, those are some money mistakes I want to avoid. Let's break those down. What about failing to tithe? What happens then?
They see it as spending what belongs to the universe. When we keep that 10% for ourselves, we mess with the flow of abundance. Could be setbacks, health problems, just feeling lack.
So it's about honoring the source.
Right. Then there's playing God, which is trying to control other people's finances.
Oh, like when we try to help family with money, I could see how that might backfire.
They say when we rescue others from their money issues, we mess with their lessons, make them dependent. There's a story, a woman's paying her brother's bills. Her husband gets sick, their business suffers, she stops. Both improve.
Wow, good intentions gone wrong. So what's the lesson there?
Respect other people's journeys. Let them learn. You can offer support, guidance, but they have to create their own path.
Can't force responsibility, but I can be a good example. Okay, failing to tithe, playing God. What about hoarding? Isn't it good to have savings?
It is, but they say there's a difference between saving for security and saving out of fear.
No way.
Hoarding from fear, it's saying, I don't trust the universe will provide.
So if I'm always worried, clinging to money, I might attract more scarcity. That's deep.
They want us to shift to abundance. Trust will be taken care of.
It's a balance, being responsible and having faith.
They say, loosen your grip on money, trust something bigger, and you make space for more good to come in.
Mindset shift, for sure. Okay, so we've covered tithing, giving freely, having fun, faking it, avoiding those spending traps. What's the big message of, I'm rich beyond my wildest dreams?
It all comes down to this. Good actions lead to success. When we accept good, use our thoughts positively, are grateful, give freely, have fun, we attract more abundance.
So it's about being the kind of person who attracts wealth, not just chasing money.
That's it. And you don't have to compromise your values, hurt others to get there. Integrity, kindness, belief in abundance, that's what brings good into your life and deed to others.
Love that. The book tells a story about Ross Perot.
Oh, yes, a great example.
Remind me what that was about.
Ross Perot, the businessman, philanthropist, too.
Yeah.
He's known for being generous, helping others. The book says his good deeds, it was like this chain reaction, led to even more success for him.
What goes around comes around. It makes you think even small actions matter.
They really do. Focus on the good you can do, knowing it'll benefit you too.
Love that. It's not just about receiving good, but putting it back out there.
Right.
Okay, the book also mentions this invisible path. What's that all about?
It's this idea we're guided by something bigger, even when we can't see the whole plan.
Like a higher power.
Right. There's a divine plan. And even if we don't get the twists and turns, we can trust it's leading us. Right?
Having faith when it's unclear, that's tough sometimes.
We've all been there. There's a story, the author's finances are shifting, he's been struggling, but then gets this feeling of abundance, even though nothing outwardly changed. He felt rich, even without a lot of money. The book suggests this was him aligning with the invisible path, that more was coming.
Trusting the unseen. It takes courage.
Surrendering control, letting the universe guide you to what's best. That's what the book's all about.
I'm seeing how it all connects. Now, there's also this chapter, Create Your Reality.
Oh, that's a good one.
What's that about?
Sounds powerful.
It's saying reality isn't fixed. We influence it with our thoughts, beliefs. Question what's possible. You can create the reality you want. Like, we have a choice. We're not just along for the ride.
They use this imagery. Imagine seeing fairies, unicorns. Could exist if enough people believed.
That's wild. So if we can think it, we can make it.
They use Walt Disney as an example.
Yeah.
They created a whole world out of belief and magic.
We have more power than we realize. What's the last chapter?
It's called The Song of Success.
Intriguing.
It's all about affirmations.
Love those. Simple, but they work.
Specifically the phrase, I'm rich beyond my wildest dreams. They say, sing it for 7 days straight, find your own melody, repeat it constantly.
Like a personal abundance anthem.
Repetition, feeling the emotion behind the words. They say, I am. Statements are powerful, like calling on a higher power to work through you.
Adding that to my playlist. They also mention a 7-day rule. What's that?
Key part of this, sing it for 7 days, then stop. There's power in setting a limit, surrendering it to the universe.
Focused energy blast, then let go. This has been fascinating. So much to think about.
Glad you're enjoying it.
What are some key takeaways for our listeners? The stuff that really matters.
So much good stuff. But the big ones, accepting good, being open to what the universe offers. Then the power of thought, positive, abundant mindset, and tithing, that 10%, showing gratitude, aligning with abundance.
It's not just about the money, though, right?
Right. Giving freely, too. Random acts of kindness, they matter. And of course, having fun. Joy brings in more good. And finally, trusting the process. Universe has a plan, even when we can't see it. Let go, have faith, and you open up to receiving.
Great summary. This book really makes you rethink things. Not a get-rich-quick scheme, it's deeper.
Definitely.
But some people might be skeptical, right? Like, writing in a notebook will change my life.
I get that. But as I say, the proof is in the pudding. We can read all about it, but it can actually do it to see what happens.
True. It's a roadmap, but we choose whether to take the journey. It's a roadmap, but we choose whether to take the journey.
Exactly. And the book, even though it was written before the internet really blew up, it kind of shows how powerful it can be.
Connecting with people, spreading ideas, building a better world. Right.
That's it. And this whole create your reality thing, it's even more relevant now with how connected we all are.
Speaking of creating reality, there's a chapter that's all about claiming your wealth.
Ah, yes.
What's that all about?
It's about declaring ownership of what you want.
Okay, so not just hoping, but like really owning it.
It's an act of faith, trust in the universe.
I like it. Tell me more.
They tell this story about Marilyn, remember her, the mentor.
Yeah.
She claims this big rose quartz crystal, sees it in a store.
She could afford it, right?
Right. But she declares it's hers, asks the universe to make it happen. Later, it shows up as a gift.
Like she willed it into being. That's amazing.
Our thoughts, intentions, they have power.
And there's another story, the author does it too, with that citrine and smoky quartz piece.
Oh, that's a good one.
He sees it, knows he wants it, and boom, the shop owner offers a lower price, puts it on layaway, no money down.
Like it was meant to be.
The universe working its magic. So claiming is more than hoping. It's that energy shift.
You own it, even before it's yours physically.
I'm going to try that. But the book also talks about foolish spending, right? What's that all about?
They outline 3 ways you can lose your wealth. Failing to tithe, playing God, and hoarding.
Ooh, those sound scary. Let's unpack those. First up, failing to tithe. What happens then?
The authors, they believe that's like spending what belongs to the universe.
Because that 10% is not really ours.
Exactly. We mess up the flow of abundance, things get out of whack.
Could be financial problems, but even more than that.
They say health problems, just a general sense of lack.
So it's deeper than just the money.
Honoring the source.
Got it. What about playing God? That sounds intense.
It's about trying to control other people's finances.
Oh, like when you loan money to family and get frustrated when they don't handle it well?
Or when you try to solve their problems for them. The book says we mess with their lessons that way. There's this story. A woman's helping her brothers, paying their bills. Her husband gets sick, their business goes down. She stops, and both improve.
Wow, so sometimes helping can hurt.
It's about respecting their journey, offer support, but they got to figure it out.
We can't force responsibility on others. Okay, last one. Hoarding. Isn't it good to have savings?
It is, but they make a distinction. Saving for security is good. Hoarding out of fear is different.
Fear of what?
Fear that the universe won't provide, so you got to hold on tight.
So the more I worry, the more I attract scarcity? That's a tough one.
They want us to trust. Abundance mindset. The universe will take care of us.
Easier said than done sometimes, but I see what they mean. So we've covered the tithing, giving freely, having fun, faking it, and now these money traps to avoid. What's the big takeaway from I'm rich beyond my wildest dreams? What do we want our listeners to remember?
The core message. Good actions lead to success. All these principles, accepting good, positive thoughts, being grateful, giving freely, enjoying life, that's what attracts abundance.
It's not about chasing money. It's about being the kind of person who attracts it naturally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you don't have to sacrifice your values, hurt others to get there. Live with integrity, kindness, belief in abundance that brings good to everyone.
Love that. It's a bigger picture than just getting rich. The book also has that story about Ross Perot, right?
Yes, a great example.
Remind me what that was about.
Ross Perot, very successful businessman, but also a philanthropist.
Yeah, I remember.
Known for giving back, helping others. The book says all those good deeds he did, it was like a chain reaction. More success came his way because of it.
It's true. What goes around comes around. Makes you think about the impact of your actions.
Every little thing matters.
So don't just take good in, put good out. Makes sense. Now, the book also mentions this invisible path.
Ah,
What's
these are,
that all about?
it's the idea that we're being guided, even when we can't see the whole plan.
By a higher power?
Right. There's a bigger picture, even if we don't get all the details.
Trusting the journey, even when it's confusing.
Exactly. They tell a story. The author's finances are changing. He's been struggling, but then, even though nothing outwardly changed, he starts feeling abundant. He feels rich, even though he doesn't have a lot of money. The book says that's a sign he's aligning with the invisible path. More good is on the way.
It takes faith to believe that when things are tough.
Surrender control, let the universe lead you. That's a big theme in this book.
I'm starting to see the connections between all these ideas. Now, there's also this chapter, Create Your Reality.
Oh, that's a powerful one.
What's that all about?
It's saying reality isn't fixed. We influence it with our thoughts, our beliefs.
So we have a say in how things turn out. We're not just stuck with whatever happened.
Exactly. Question everything. What's possible?
Yeah.
You can create the life you want.
That's a big idea. The book uses this imagery. Imagine seeing fairies, unicorns. They could exist if enough people believed in them.
It's about expanding what you think is possible.
So if we can think it, we can make it.
They use the example of Walt Disney. He created a whole world out of believing in magic.
We really do have more power than we think. What's the last chapter in the book?
It's called The Song of Success.
Okay, tell me more.
It's all about affirmations.
Love those.
Specifically, they focus on the phrase, I'm rich beyond my wildest dreams. They say, sing it for 7 days straight, find your own tune, repeat it all the time.
It's like a personal anthem for abundance.
Repetition, feeling the words, I am, statements, they say, are powerful, like calling on a higher power to work through you.
I'm going to try that. They also mention a 7-day rule.
That's key to this. 7 days, then stop. Set a limit, then surrender it to the universe.
Send it out, then let go. I like that. This has been such a thought-provoking deep dive. It's really made me rethink my approach to wealth and abundance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Before we wrap things up, what's one final question or challenge you'd like to leave our listeners with? Something to ponder.
I'd ask everyone to think about this. If you could create any reality you wanted, what would it look like? What would you change about yourself, your relationships, your work, the world? And what can you do today to start making that happen?
Wow, that's a challenge and a half. But it's exciting too, right? Like, we have more power than we realize.
Absolutely. It's not just about dreaming. It's about taking action, making those dreams real.
This book has given us so much to think about, from practical stuff like that notebook to bigger ideas like tithing and trusting that invisible path.
It really makes you think about abundance differently.
It does. Before we wrap up, is there one last bit of wisdom from I'm Rich Beyond My Wildest Dreams that you want to leave our listeners with?
The book reminds us true wealth isn't just about money and stuff. It's a mindset, gratitude, generosity, faith.
It's about becoming the kind of person who attracts abundance naturally.
When you align with those principles, that's when real abundance flows into every part of your life.
That's a beautiful way to put it. It's not about chasing wealth, it's about becoming it. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into I'm Rich Beyond My Wildest Dreams. We hope you found some nuggets of wisdom to take with you on your own journey to wealth, happiness, and fulfillment.
Did you get any of that?